Hey everyone, welcome back. Continuing the NFL preview right here on the Sports Underground. Moving to the AFC South. Colts own this division for quite a few years, but the loss of Peyton Manning leaves no question in my mind where we're going to be this year. We're going to start at the bottom. Jacksonville, a team who just gets rid of David Guard a week before the season. I see no light at the end of the tunnel. I think they are the worst team in the division. They might win 4 games, 3 games.
I agree, but even if you add David Guard, how much better are they? 3 more wins?
That's a very good point, yeah.
You know, who knows? But not much talked about. Maurice Jones-Drew might be the focal point of that entire team. The future wrestling Blaine Gabbert.
Which they're not going to after getting rid of Guard. They're going to Luke McCown, which makes no sense to me. I mean, I guess you don't want the guy to get killed. Maybe that's the only reason you're not putting a rookie in right away.
Right, I think it'd be a confidence drain. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
But nothing really to talk about on defense for them either. Nothing really going forward with the Jacksonville Jaguars right
now. Third place in the division. If Manning misses the season, I put the Colts here. If Manning plays half the season, I'm going to put Tennessee here. So let's just talk about the Titans and hope, I guess, for my sake, that Manning plays a little bit. Chris Johnson signs a big contract, holds out the entire training camp. Is his hamstring going to hold up? You see these holdouts happen time and time again. The guy really never produces big. The first year in his contract after the holdout. I'm going to say Tennessee, 5 or 6 wins at the most. They did sign Hasselbeck, but Locker's waiting in the wings here as well.
True. Tennessee's always been kind of a sneaky good team. I put them at 8-8. Given that they might get 2 wins out of Indianapolis, and it just so depends on Peyton Manning and the unknown right now. If I'm them, if I'm Indianapolis, I think I'd shelf the guy for the year and write it off. Write it off and maybe focus on next year in the future and getting that guy better because he's 36.
Yeah, he is getting up there in years. Go back to Tennessee for 1 second. Even without Jeff Fisher as coach, you still see 8 wins for this team. They're in a new direction. Fisher has been the longest tenured NFL coach up until his release last year. I think that's a big deal.
True. I think the signing of Hasselbeck is good enough to get him to 8-8. It's not that great of a division. They still can maybe beat the Texans. They can take 2 from Jacksonville. They can take 2 from Indianapolis without Manning. So there's what?
Yeah, there's 5, I guess, before you even start. So you're right. You could see 8 wins, I guess.
At 3 more.
You're a little higher on them than me, I guess. But the Colts, you take Manning out of the equation. Reggie Wayne, Pierre Garcon, Austin Collie, Joseph Adai. Nice weapons offensively. Not much of an offensive line. And Kerry Collins, not exactly Peyton Manning. Those people are going to go to waste. Like I said, if Manning doesn't play, I think we're looking at 3 wins, maybe less, and maybe Andrew Luck is what you're hoping for, shutting Manning down all year. You get Andrew Luck, and then you've got your quarterback of the future.
Yep, well said. With the weapons that they do have, they do possess strong offensive talent, but without the gunslinger, without the franchise quarterback, and maybe the quarterback of the NFL, tough to see the Colts winning more than I'd put them at 5.
That's pretty high on my list without him, but there is some bad teams out there. Yeah, maybe they get 2 out of Jacksonville, maybe 1 out of Tennessee.
I don't think their defense can carry them many more wins than that.
I don't think so either. Then that leaves us with the first place team in the division, the Houston Texans. Everyone predicting great things for the Texans for the last few years. I think without Manning around, this year it finally materializes. If you don't get there this year, you're not going to get there. But Andre Johnson, Matt Schaub, hamstring issue on Arian Foster. He'll probably sit the first week, maybe the second week, but they won't need him for this week to beat Indianapolis for sure. So let him get healthy. I see 10 wins probably is what you're looking for out of the Texans.
And that's enough.
Yeah,
that's enough. Tough year for Kubiak, too, because if it doesn't happen, long. Hit the road. But kind of too bad for the Texans, a team that's building and building and building all the time, and now finally maybe reaches their pinnacle. And wouldn't it be a little more satisfying to take down Indianapolis with Peyton Manning if you are indeed better than them?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's so bad that you always bring up the Texans winning the division if Peyton Manning doesn't play.
Well, and the thing is, like you say with Kubiak, if they don't get to the playoffs, which they've never been to in their history, he's obviously done with that offensive talent. They signed Joseph from the Bengals. They're trying to shore up that defense a little, which has been the Achilles heel for years. So, yeah, you want to believe they can beat the Colts, but they really never beat the Colts. So, you know, I guess take it for what it's worth. You're hoping Manning doesn't play if you're a Texan fan, just to be on the safe side. But you got 10 wins. You're going to win the division. I don't see it going too far in the playoffs, but we'll get to that, I guess, a little later.
Right.
Fantasy player from the AFC South. Once again, a little kind of off the radar guy for you.
Call me crazy. Kenny Britt, maybe?
Okay.
Wide receiver, Tennessee. Might be sneaky good. Might be able to put up a couple 100-yard games in a row, a couple touchdowns here and there. Like I said, I trust Hasselbeck maybe a little bit more than the next guy, and I think he can get him the ball.
I'm going to go with Owen Daniels from the Texans. Maybe not, I guess, super sneaky, but the fact that Andre Johnson is top 2 receiver in the NFL, Arian Foster led the league in yards last year. A little bit of deep threat, a little bit of running game. Somewhere in the middle, Owen Daniels is poised for a 70-catch, 7, 8, 9 touchdown season, and I really like Owen Daniels as my kind of sleeper guy out of the AFC South.
That's a good pick. There aren't many people that people don't know about fantasy-wise in this division. So
right, that is very true.